Welcome back. The second reading on the second quarter GDP is out. It showed another contraction in the second quarter, down 0.6%. Joining me right now, former Reagan economic advisor and the author of Taxes Have Consequences, Art Laffer is here. Art, great to see you. Your reaction to the number we are looking at, the GDP contracted 0.6%. How do you read it?
Yeah, I just think it fits what we expected. I mean, there's a slight revision that's an improvement, but that's not very important. The important thing is that the GDP growth is really slow or negative, and that has been going on for a long time, and the prospects don't look very good for the future either. And it's a very bad period for the U.S. economy, secularly as well as cyclically.
So what do you do about it? I mean, we've got the Federal Reserve's annual Jackson Hole Symposium kicking off today. Investors are looking forward to hear Fed Chair Jay Powell's comments on inflation tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Art, but we still see stimulus coming out of this White House, which, of course, sent the consumer price index, the inflation level, from 1.4% all the way up to 8.5%. At a time that the Fed is raising interest rates and slowing an economy that was growing. Now it's shrinking. What do you do about it?
Well, the Fed should, in fact, let interest rates seek their own level. Price controls never work, and trying to fix the interest rate is not the right way to go. Let it go, like Paul Volcker did, have higher interest rates, make bonds attractive. Don't force the Fed to buy bonds to keep those rates low. Their balance sheet is already very close to $9 trillion, and that gives us a huge monetary base for allowing inflation to continue. And then you have the fiscal policy stimulating the economy. The student loan thing is just amazing. But you put in all that stimulus, and you wonder why you have excess money, and then you have stimulus to buy goods and services, and then you are causing people to leave the labor force. And with a slow economy, and you've got less goods and more money, I think that's a good recipe for future inflation. And they just are not taking these issues seriously to do the draconian thing that must be done that Paul Volcker did, and Reagan did, by the way, with a supply of goods.
Well, for so long they were telling us inflation is transitory. That blew up in their face. Yeah. But I want to get your take about the impact of all of this spending. There's been a real pushback on Biden's handout, this student loan bailout. Everybody from Jason Furman, a former official in the Obama administration, to Larry Summers, former official in the Clinton and Obama administration, saying this is reckless, saying it will trigger inflation, that it's going to cost $400 to $600 billion, according to Maya McGinnis. And her group, the Committee for a Responsible Budget, is calling it gallingly reckless. Your thoughts on the impact of this bailout?
Yeah, it's a little less than 2% of GDP, if you want to think of it in those terms. It's raising the total U.S. debt by 2% of GDP. To be surprised at political rhetoric, Maria, I don't think any of us should be surprised that they put any horrible spin they can on bad things. I love it that Furman and Larry Summers are saying what they say, but whether they say it or not, it's true. This is a reckless policy. This is something that's not needed right now. And it's something that undermines the credibility of the U.S. And it's a purely political world, and they're exercising all of their political power without any regard to the economic consequences of their policies. If I can just say, the earth they are scorching is their earth too, Maria, and they're putting in all of these policies. Our only hope is that this is overturned by the Supreme Court, that the president can't do this with an executive order, that it has to be passed through Congress. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but that's our only hope for stopping this stuff. Now, if we take the House and the Senate, that's a very different picture. But right now, there's nothing we can do about this. They've got it lock, stock, and barrel. 100% voting of Democrats in unison, like a Chinese march.
Well, they get on board with everything all the time, but you make a good point. We've been talking about this all week, the fact that he doesn't have the legal power to do this. It has to be passed through legislation, through Congress. But Art, I want to get your take here on what we're seeing. Let me bring Dagan McDowell in. Go ahead, Dagan.
Art.
Sure. Hi, Dagan.
Good to see you. Given the Federal Reserve and the Biden administration have done in terms of monetary stimulus and spending on the fiscal side, with the this student loan forgiveness. And it's not just that, it's extending the payment moratorium until at least the year. Again, it's reducing the amount that you have to make a payment on your debt if you're on a repayment plan. Are we past the point of no return here financially? Because we as a nation
I don't think so.
On your and have become a world of bailouts. That if anything goes wrong, where's my check? Where's my check? This is going on right and left, conservative and liberal for 20 some odd years. It's even in this semiconductor boondoggle that 17 Republican senators voted for. It's a high margin, lucrative business. Why on planet Earth did they need a bailout? But they got one.
Yeah, they didn't need a bailout. They did get one. You've had this whole policy of spending. I mean, GDP, debt as a share of GDP has gone from what, 82% to about 130%. I mean, that's a huge rise in a very short period of time, like 3 or 4 years, Dagan, and that's just amazing. We are becoming Japan. We are becoming Western Europe. Now, if you think we can't change it, you're wrong. We can with politics. We have to do a radical pro-growth policies that are based on principle, not based on political pressure and buyouts and all of that sort of stuff. And that's exactly what we did with Reagan. And it worked really well with Reagan. We brought the highest tax rate down. I mean, think of this. We brought the highest tax rate down to 28% from 70%. We brought the corporate rate down from 46 to 34%. We went from 11 tax brackets to 2. That's what the type of radical policies we need to do now. And we can do them if we get the political power. If we don't get it, you're just going to have to go along for the ride with them. There's just no alternative.
Yeah. Well, right now, you're going to see taxes go higher. Art, you know that he just signed into law his latest tax package. So he's going the opposite way, spending and taxes. And we better gear up for audits because he's got $80 billion earmarked for the IRS and 87,000 IRS agents. So everything you're saying, he's doing the opposite.
Yeah, I liken hiring 87,000 new IRS agents, likening to 87,000 new divorce lawyers. How does that make the world better? It just causes conflict, hostility, all that. People are afraid enough of the IRS. They don't need to have more power. If you had a low-rate, broad-based, flat tax, Maria, you wouldn't need IRS agents except for a very small number to get the true criminals and malcontents. I mean, you really need to have a rational tax code. You really need to have a good spending policies that are needed, not sort of getting these guys second-guessing the markets. That's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you couldn't weaponize all the agencies, weaponize the IRS, weaponize the FBI, the DOJ. We all remember Lois Lerner's moves and how she went after conservative groups. We'll see what this $80 billion means for the rest of us. Art, great to see you. Thanks very much for weighing in on all of that.
Great to see you, Maria.
Art Laffer joining us this morning.